for others too. Am I audible?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, thank you. Welcome to this presentation on Fab 23 Bhutan Challenge with FabLabCST. We have gone through the list of the participants and we're really excited to meet you all. But before that, I'd like to present a little bit about our college here. So as I introduced earlier, CST is located in the south of Bhutan, which borders, 4 kilometers away from Bhutan-India border. And this is what it looks like from the Google map, which is quite a hot place, as I said earlier. So you will have to be prepared for the heat. So this is our Fab Lab in the College of Science and Technology. We have the website for FabLabCST. Through this link, you can access that. And we also have a Facebook page, which the link is given here. So most of our activities are updated on these websites. These are the community members of FabLabCST. This side we have the management team, project team members, and here we have the management team members, including CST and JICA experts. Then we have these contributors of the FabLabCST when it was inaugurated on 25th August of last year. So the title of the challenge is Aluminum Waste Gracefully Braced. Like I mentioned earlier, we are focusing on 2 objectives, that is recycling aluminum waste and then using these wastes to design accessories for children with special needs. So with the concept was realized by looking at the development of assistive devices for special education needs children in Bhutan. We have 2 schools in the vicinity. So we will be visiting one of the schools, as I mentioned earlier. So the entire aim of the work is that we convert these aluminum waste into something productive, which can be used as teaching aids or accessories for the children in the school. So this is just our this is just our objective for now, and we don't know how far we can go with the challenge. So we are really looking forward to it. For that, we'd like to share some experience that we have had in FabLabCST. So we have had workshops, which was resourced by Mr. Takimura. He has been very kind and he has been doing these workshops for the staff and students, where we have melted the aluminum cans after crushing it. And this crusher here, which you see in the second picture, was designed by the students of CST during the process of Makeathon. Then we had a wonderful experience. We had the experts from FabLab Shinagawa, thanks to Mr. Koji Yamada here. So where we had a mini Makeathon for the children with disabilities. And we were able to focus on 2 children with special needs, and the students of College of Science and Technology did a mini Makeathon, and they were able to design these devices for the children. All the details can be found in the webpage of FabLabCST, which I've shared earlier. So these are the community partners. Like I've mentioned earlier, we have the SEN schools. We have the Aurora Academy of Health Sciences for the medical expertise. Then we have the parents and guardians and the teachers of the special education needs children. And we have the College of Science and Technology students who would be involved with us throughout the process. So these are the community partners that I've just mentioned. So I think we have also shared this during the pitching. I think the schedule is fine for all. So what I'd like to share is that we have created a WhatsApp group, and I think we'll share this more in later as we go on discussing about it. I hope everyone is comfortable with WhatsApp, and if not, I think we can discuss later. With this, I'd like to take you through the through the schedule that we have worked out for now. And please give me a moment to share that schedule. Okay. So, okay. So this is the schedule that we have worked out for now. So we are expecting that you will be moving on 17th July after breakfast towards Finseling. So we are organizing a lunch at a place called Kedu, which is 1 kilometer away from CST. And we have requested Ms. Karma Sangmo, who is entrepreneur in Gedo, who will be helping us with that arrangement. Then we would all be seeing you and receiving you at a temple known as Milarepa Temple, which is quite an attraction here. It's 11 Tower Temple. At 3 p.m. we're expecting that you'd be there on by 3 p.m. And then after that, we'll be taking you to the hotel for checking in and refreshing. Then that would be followed by orientation and welcome dinner and some activities of getting to know each other. The next day, we have planned a visit to the special education needs school, and there's going to be a kind of a workshop with the children and the teachers of the special education needs school. And the lunch will also be arranged in the school itself, so that we are able to eat together with the children and have our ample amount of time together with the children. In the evening, we have planned a local tour so that you can have a look at the shops, depending on your choice, like the materials, tools, or any handicrafts, which would also include an industrial tour to Lucky Cement Factory, which is going to be optional, and for those interested in recycling. And in the late evening, we have a sharing session after coffee, and then we are planning a dinner where we are expecting that our participants, if they are interested to wear our national dress, we could arrange that, or if people are buying it, then I think that would be also welcome. So we'd be wearing Wu and Kira for dinner, and then having dinner together. After that, on the 19th of July, we have planned the ideation process with all the community partners, if they're able to visit the vicinity. But as you have already done the workshop, I think we would already have enough information about the need knowers. So that in the morning, we'll be having an ideathon and a bit of a fab-a-size during the session. That would be followed by consultation and feedback from the community partners on ideation by the participants. And then that would be moved into prototyping after lunch. So in the evening, we have planned a walk to the town through the woods so that you can get a feeling of being in Finseling in the heat. If it doesn't rain, if it rains, then I think we'll have to call in a rain check. So since after that, it would be a simple dinner. We thought that you would be tired if you walked to the town, which is almost like 4 kilometers away from CST. Then on to the 20th of July and 21st of July, we are reserving the time for prototyping of the designs or whatever that you have ideated, so that you can have ample time to work on it. But in the evening, we have planned a short cultural show by the students. We would not be having all the students in campus that time, but we would be having our first year. So we'll have a half-an-hour show by these students before dinner. On 21st, the prototyping continues, and towards the after lunch session, we have the presentation of the prototype. At the end of the later we would have farewell dinner, and we are hoping that we could have some little bit of cultural exchange where we can dance and get to know each other's culture. And then I think that brings us to the end of the entire challenge week. And on 22nd morning, I think most of you are departing and going back to Thimphu. So that's the schedule and the introduction about FabLabCST and the challenge. Thank you. So I don't know. I think Fab City. Who was it?
Or anyone if they are given.
So we'd like to invite if you have any questions or queries that we can answer to. I think Fab City, we're not seeing anyone. So from the participants, if you have any query.
You mentioned that it's hot. What is?
Yes.
What is? I mean, for sure I can Google, but like how hot?
Yesterday it was 36 degrees. So it was pretty hot yesterday, and our national dress is not easy to wear. It's quite thick, so it was pretty hot. But
sorry.
Sorry, please go ahead. Please.
Thank you. No, I just I have a little bit more of a serious question regarding the challenge. I think I haven't dealt a lot with special needs students. Perhaps what I would find interesting, since we're dealing with such a direct target group, and it would be interesting to research a little bit more about the type of special needs that they have beforehand, and be able to, brainstorm or understand that before arriving there, even though for sure we will, meet them and tailor to that. But I think it would be just very valuable and will give us some insights.
So we have been there, and we have been like communicating with them. So if you would like to know some of the details about the challenges that they are facing, or the kind of disabilities they have, we can share that with you. And yeah. So I believe that we are asked to form groups. So I've already formed a WhatsApp group. So I would like to request everyone to join there, and then we can share everything over the WhatsApps. It's very easy and very convenient, actually, instead of emailing. So we can do that. We can definitely share you with the details.
Can
Sorry.
Please go on.
No, my question, I was attending a dual meeting in the meantime, but we are all a group, or we're going to be split inside of groups inside of the challenge, or this is our whole group to resolve the challenge?
As of now, we are just keeping it as one single group. We are thinking that the separation would happen during the ideation process, if there is different groups with different expertise and interests that they want to work on. So that's what we as a team think, that for now we are working together. So after the ideation process, if people want to break into different groups, I think they are very welcome to do that.
Thank you. Sorry, Eric and Enrico. So you go ahead.
Yes.
No, thanks. Just understand better. You expect the solutions that we eventually will develop to be helpful for the children with special needs, or to allow them in participating in the recycling process?
We are expecting that these aluminum cans, which is going to be recycled, and that the challenge takers would produce something of a sort that the children can make use of. The special education needs children can make use of during their learning process, or whatever, daily life or whatever.
Okay, so it's just for children, right? It's not for adults with special needs.
No. So it's just for children. So we have two sets of children. Like we have children starting in grade PP to grade 6, and from grade 7 to grade 12. So it could be any kind of accessories or assistive devices that we can have for these children.
And how come are you thinking to make it in aluminum and not with other technologies?
Well, if you think that you can apply some kind of plastics for the solution, you can also think about the different materials as well. But for us currently, what we are facing is that how we can create an exit of our aluminum resources. So aluminum is one possibility, but if you find any other opportunities in the school facilities or system tools for specific children, well, you can apply different materials as well.
Okay, so I'm sure you already analyzed deeply the needs. So mine is just, let's say, an external point of view. So evaluated the way you want, of course. But aluminum is a very valuable resource, easy to recycle, easy to collect, in particular aluminum cans, because it's basically pure. It's the series 1000, that means it's also food safe and so on. While there are other sources of material that might be more tricky to recycle. For instance, complex products such as electronic wastes, in which you might have aluminum alloys, such as DAMAC. It is zinc and aluminum together. It melts at a lower temperature, around 400 degrees instead of 600. You might have plastics that are difficult to separate. You might have electronic components that might be reused. So I was wondering why, if there was a direct connections between picking up aluminum and making tools for people with special needs, or if it was like two different things that you connected just as an opportunity, let's say.
Yeah, so we had a lot of issue where we saw a lot of beer cans lying around, especially along the roads. People would just throw it out like the car window after drinking it. So firstly, we wanted to address that, and it was available in ample amount within our vicinity. And like you said, yes, we didn't have a plant connection, but it just came out that our Fab Lab had done some had a mini megathon on assistive device, and we thought, why not make this a point where we can use the aluminum waste that we have collected in our campus and around. So that was just a lucky match that we did for our lab, since we are very new and we wanted to explore the recycling and upcycling of materials around us for the waste management sake. So that's the first thing that we thought we were able to do, and besides going into complex recycling projects. Okay, thank you. Just last thing, sorry. You probably mentioned that already, but I want to be sure. The kids has both cognitive challenges and physical challenges. Yes, right? Yes, they do. Yes, yes. And do you have an idea of the average? What's the most common problem, or what do they struggle with? I think most of the cases were ADHD, majority of the cases. Okay. And about the physical? Physical, I think, yeah, very few, but they were having some issues with their legs, leg movements, and jerky movement, jerky hands, sorry, yeah. So they were not able to write properly, although they were, what do you say now? I think they were able to do basic things, but they were not able to write. Okay. And I think we had a few speech impairments too. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if this is useful. Me and Adriana are actually working on FabCare. I don't know if you're aware of that. So if you want to have a bit longer discussion to narrow down the need and frame it better, we are happy to help. that would be great. So I think we'll have to start joining in WhatsApp and start our communication right away then. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you, Enrico. So do we have anybody else?
Yeah, I have also some questions about you showed us already some pictures with the kids interacting with the recycled aluminum. How is the interaction? I mean, because aluminum is as Enrico says, it's a good material, but also it could be very dangerous with sharp edges, or so like in that sense, I was wondering if they already have contract, and what is your impression around it?
So currently what we did was, like, we have the students of the College of Science and Technology, a group, community partners. They are also here in the room just now. So what we have been doing is collecting the cans, and then we have been trying to flatten it and cut it with scissors. And because that happened because our furnace was quite small. And currently our furnace has stopped working, so we are looking to procure new ones. And it seems dangerous, but since they are young adults, just they have been handling quite okay for now. But it could have been better if we had some crushers too, but unfortunately we don't have those right now.
If I may add, well, we have prepared with regards to the safety of the users. We provide some safety gears like the gloves, and also we are going to add some more safety gears for the users to work on melting the aluminum. Okay.
Yes.
It means that how many participants would be how many, let's say, children we will have contact? Could we work with them during the workshops? So with the kids, I mean.
The kids, you mean the children with special needs?
Yes.
Oh, I think that we have kept a visit on the 18th, so we'll be spending half a day with them. And during the ideation process, if they can, after your workshop, like we would not be able to bring all the children, but depending upon your interaction with the children and the participants' interest of the prototype that you want to develop, we were thinking we will focus only on those children and bring them to the CST campus in the Fab Lab for interaction. And also then we have the last day where you'd be showing the prototype and taking their feedback. So I think you'll have time to interact with them even then. So we are thinking like maybe 3 meetings if it's possible and without any issues, if everything goes fine.
Sounds great. Do you think that we can communicate with them? I mean, like there is like language barriers. I think that, for example, last year while we were mentoring the challenge also in assistive devices, I think that the language was a very important part during the challenge.
Here in Bhutan, we use English as the medium of language for teaching. So I think most of them are able to understand and communicate in English.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adriana. So, no, okay. Oh, hello, Professor Watanabe. Do you want to say something, sir?
So I think I wanted to capture at least part of Adriana's question by asking, do you have any idea how many students are there in the special education needs schools?
Well, if we combine the two schools and two local schools together, there are 29 29 students who have some certain level of disabilities. But these 10 schools are also the schools aiming at inclusive education. So they are studying together with a student without disabilities. So for some very critical, the students who have serious disabilities, they sometimes study in a dedicated room. But in most cases, if the situation is not that serious, they are studying together with the students without any disability.
Thank you.
Okay, I've seen that. Thank you, Professor Watanabe.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions from anybody else?